All right, family. We live with the general man. The time is here. The time has come. That's right. The video of Carmelo Anthony, the Austin Metcalf incident, has been released. You know, we've been banging. Released the video. Well, it's been released. It has been released and we got it and it's been up there and it is what we said it was, what the family said it was. It has been released. It's been released and uh clearly that Carmelo Anthony was jumped, you know, which the family that viewed the video clearly said he had got jumped. But the video that they obviously saw was that video, and we have it here. We're gonna add commentary to the video. It speaks for itself. We don't want to. It's nothing to add. It's nothing to take away. And it's clearly, you can clearly see that Carmelo Anthony was mobbed on. You know what I'm saying? Straight up mobbed on. And we've seen, and we don't have to make shit up because you can't lie to, you can't lie to people, especially black people. Cause shit, motherfuckers go through this a lot. When you being mobbed on, and we don't have to make shit up. Nah, you say black people violent, and you say we do all this, and then here it is. We know when some violence is happening, and then they want to act like we goddamn dumb that we don't know what it is. We didn't all entertain. We ain't never, it ain't never came to where you had to, shit happens. I said shit happens. I done been in, when things come out and shit like that, but just particularly in them incidents, nothing happened. But you done been, in situations very similar to that, so you know what it looked like when it go down. You see, let's hop right on into it. Let's not even hold up. Let me get that one out of here. All right, we're in the house. Okay, wait a minute. Let me make sure we nah. As you can see, let me make sure I'm looking in pretty good. Matter of fact, let me bring it all the way in. Now, if you look all the way up to the top, you know what I'm saying? You can see the crowd that's right there in the front coming around. That's them. I think the other two in the back is his other brothers, Hunter or whatever. So they 6 deep. They 6 deep, and you can tell they mobbing. You see what I'm saying? They mobbing, and you see one of them dip off and whatever. But you see, they moving at a pace. They moving at a pace. They trying to get somewhere. And Carmelo already up under that tent. I guess that's him sitting down, and here they go. They go up under the tent. So he was already there. Matter of fact, the other video show, when he came in. You see, now to all speculation, people, I really didn't stay with the trial so much, but obviously you could see they standing up over him. So right there, you got a mob of motherfuckers. You got 4 people that then stood up over you. Okay, you got 4 people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, listen here. Whatever is, motherfucker gonna try to even the odds. You feel me? You done mobbed on a person, and he's still sitting down at this point in time. you know. Yeah, they done mobbed up on him. Nah, and so they standing up over him because he's still sitting down. They didn't sit down. They come up there to fuck with him. They probably like, get your ass from up under the tent. You know what I'm saying? They went straight directly to him. They haven't sat down yet. They haven't sat down. Now you already know when somebody stand up over you like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a threatening position. Cause they got you at a disadvantage because you sitting down. Normally somebody, when you getting ready to, somebody, you got to stand up and position yourself. But he haven't even taken he hasn't even taken a defensive position. He's in a very vulnerable position because if they standing up on you, you know what I'm saying, that they can just pummel you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to at least get up and get yourself in a position to even be able to run. And so you could just see that they look at the crowd that's around him. Now, when he was in there by himself, it wasn't no fucking crowd. It was no crowd. Everybody who was under the tent before they got there, they were sitting down. Now everybody seemed to be standing up. They mobbing on him. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we call mobbing. Where you got about four, really mobbing is like five, six, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? You mash up on somebody, you know? And so, yeah, everybody, and so the thing is, we already know when guys come together, they fight together. Ain't no motherfucker just gonna come and if I come and I just what it is. You know what I'm saying? If I come with my brothers and shit, if my brother throw a blow, I'm throwing a blow. That's just what it is. You see, so you see them right there, and I don't have the best. Some people got where they could zoom in. I was seeing, when they actually the scuffling started to happen. You know what I'm saying? But right there, that's enough for a threatening position for people to sit up here talking about that Carmelo Anthony should throw some goddamn hands. You can't look at all them people up under that damn tent. Who the hell you gonna throw some damn hands with? Who you gonna throw some hand with? All them niggas, they'll tear his ass up. Talking about throw some hands. You know what I'm saying? Anybody in their right mind, if they got something on, one big guy could, damage you pretty bad. You know, one big guy can damage you pretty bad, but that right there, you looking to be killed. You know what I'm saying? If all them boys get on your head for real, you gonna be damaged. You see? And so they up under there, and it's a whole mob, and they brought that shit with them because it was peaceful into that point. Now you can see this now. Wait a minute, hold up. Let me bring this back because I know it's about to jump off. I'm gonna bring it all the way back. I'm gonna bring it all the way back. And I want y'all to look at what the tent looked like, you see, before they get there. So they mobbing. That's what you call a mob. They mobbing. They moving at a steady pace. They trying to get somewhere, you know. They trying to get somewhere. Nah, so yeah, they came up 6 deep. They came up 6 deep. Now they about 4, 5 deep. I don't know. Two of them then broke off. No, no. Wait a minute. It's still 5 deep. Wait a minute. It's two, I think. So they go there. Three right there. They go up. You see, they go up. All of them went up there. Man, they mobbed up there, man. They mobbed up there about 5, 6 people deep, man. The fuck out of here, man. They mobbed up there 5, 6 people deep. You feel me? And they all stood up over him. He's still sitting down. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, people's is saying that the what he end up, the weapon or what they is a tool that they use to put the 10 up. That's what they said. So that's what, man, people's is saying that's what I don't know if the tool was just laying around some damn where, I don't know. Yeah. So you already know they standing up over the boy, you know what I mean? You can still see him sitting down. He ain't got up yet. That's not even a defensive position. You got to be able to at least be able to run. So he ain't even, yeah, that ain't even a defensive position. You can't let nobody stand up over you like that. And then these boys know jujitsu and all that shit. Oh, hell no. Man, they done railroaded that right there alone. That right there alone. Yeah, and it's raining out there. Yeah, it's raining. If you have to fight, you can fight. But I wouldn't advise nobody to fight no damn, get the fuck on and come back. And, you be smart about shit. Ain't no motherfucker. This ain't no motherfucking movie. You know what I'm saying? I tell you what, you know what I'm saying? This ain't no motherfucking movie. Get your ass on and come back if nothing else. Or if you got something on, you get a motherfucker ball for you. That's what you supposed to do. When you got that many people on you like that, you got to even the odds. That's just all it is to it. Yeah, and it didn't got so thick up under there. It's ridiculous. It didn't got so thick up under there. It's ridiculous. And I understand it could be raining and shit. I could understand that, but when they still standing up over him. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just talk shit to him, and then they didn't sat all around him, and they probably and you already know they still talking shit. They still talking shit. Yeah, they still talking shit. You know. Yeah, I want y'all to be real about when, you got youngin' out there. You can't tell them to fight no 10 motherfuckers or no 6, 7 motherfuckers. Only way if you cornered and you ain't got no other choice. But even then, you throwing blows and trying to get the fuck up out of there. That's what you trying to do. You not about to sit here and bang with no 6, 7 motherfuckers. You ain't about to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you don't know who, and these motherfuckers know jujitsu, okay? And that's how motherfuckers get beat up bad because, they underestimate a motherfucker. You shouldn't do that. You should not underestimate nobody, especially if you know they know some shit. You see what I'm saying? No, sir, don't do no shit like that. Get the fuck on and that's what we do, and I ain't gonna say come back, but you know what I'm saying, if you ready to throw hands and you didn't win to even the odds, then you could do that. I ain't telling nobody to come back and do nothing to nobody. But if you want to come back with your motherfucking team and even the odds, yeah. Yeah, even the odds, but don't, but right there, he, literally, he got to be petrified. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody just gonna sit amongst no motherfuckers, and they talking shit. They done already walked up on him and sat, and talking shit. So, if they told him, they said they asked him to give for, okay, well, they probably asked him when they, not ask him, they demanded that he come from up under the motherfucking tent. You know what I'm saying? But he was there before they was there. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, Why ain't nobody else from the school? They saying that wasn't his motherfucking tent. But okay. I mean, this motherfuckers all walking through there. Why nobody else came over there and run him from up under there? You see? All them people, you know what I'm saying? All them people, because he was there before anybody. So why ain't nobody else come up over there and run him from up under the goddamn tent? If people felt like he wasn't under the tent, he was supposed to. Why nobody else took it upon you know, as their responsibility to go move him from up under that tent? He was already up under the tent. It wasn't that many people under there with him, no way. What was it about? It was about 3, 4 other people up under there. Yeah, it wasn't but about 3 or 4. He was minding his motherfucking business. He wasn't doing shit. Nah, it didn't got real thick over there. Yeah, it didn't got real thick over there. Wait a minute. Oh shit. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. See, you could tell when shit getting thick, you know? Yeah, you could tell when shit getting thick. You could see everybody standing up. You know what I'm saying? You can tell when you can see people kind of stopping. You know how people, when shit ready to go down, you can see motherfuckers are stopping and looking. They over there mobbing on him, man. Fuck that. They over there mobbing on him. Everybody stopping and spectating and shit. Yeah, they mobbing. That's him running from right there. So he didn't finally come from up out of there. I guess that was his break, man, to get the fuck from up under there. That was his break to get from from up under the tent, you know. And you can see, but see, my mind ain't and mine ain't as clear because you could see when they, on the other, you could see when they was pulling on his hoodie. Let me see. See, mine ain't as clear. Some people can zoom in a lot, but you could see where they was actually pulling on his hoodie. You could see somebody had pulled his hoodie and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that was his intention was to get the fuck from up under the tent. But when you got motherfuckers mobbing on you, you know what I'm saying? It was people in the back. It was people's on the side. It was people's on the front. They had surrounded him. You know what I'm saying? They had surrounded him. You know, and so shit. What else is you gonna do? So he probably once he got an opportunity, he probably figured shit. If I don't get these motherfuckers up off of me, they about to fuck me up. You know what I'm saying? They about to try to whoop me. And so yeah, it most definitely was self-defense. Ain't no way you gonna make me believe that all of them people standing and other people had you could see more than one person who in their right mind. You know what I'm saying? When we mob on a nigga, and I'm just gonna be real. I'm giving you straight facts. When you mob on a motherfucker and whoever you come with, they rolling. You feel what I'm saying? Whoever you come with, and they come up there and they all mob. You know what I'm saying? As soon as one throw a blow, they all throwing blows. They're just all is they just gonna what? So they just gonna stand there and look. You know what I'm saying? So they just gonna stand there and look, huh? Man, make that shit make sense. Make that shit make sense. So, I'm glad that the video is out, and I'm quite sure people going, then zoomed in and whatnot. And it's various shots that they have out there. This one was the one that you can clearly see they mobbed up on him. And it wasn't no one boy. They mobbed up on him about four, five guys. And then more guys came. You see what I'm saying? It was, they had totally surrounded him. And they was all standing up, and he was sitting down. You can see he was sitting down, and they was standing up over him like that. So that's most definitely self-defense. That's all that it is. How in the hell you gonna fight 5, 6 people? That's not possible. That's not possible. That's not possible. You see, so at that point, you know what I'm saying? A white man he ain't gonna fight one nigga without trying to shoot him. You know what I'm saying? You think a white man gonna let 5 niggas surround him and he got some equalizer on him? He gonna try to shoot everybody out there. He gonna try to shoot everybody out there. Ain't no way nobody gonna try to fight no 5, 6 people. I don't give a fuck if you think you goddamn Ip Man or goddamn, I don't care who you think you is. You're not about to fight no 5, 6 people. And so he tried to give, and you can see he was trying to get from up under that motherfucker, but they surrounded him, and he probably was like, man, I've been sitting here, fuck you, don't come over here fucking with me, and that's exactly what they did, and nobody else, he was peaceful, nobody else had no altercation with him, nobody else had no problem with him sitting there. It's all kind of people's in the stadium. Nobody came over there and messed with him. And so they really, and so all these people talking this shit about Carmelo Anthony, man, they didn't really galvanize the whole lot of people because they out there digging up all that information on their ass, man. Yeah, they got some of the Metcalf files talking about how goddamn violent they been, how big of bullies, because that ain't they. See, when you a bully, you got a rack, you got a file. You got a file. They were saying that they were suspended because they threatened cheerleaders, talking about they whooping boys and girls. They don't give a damn. They a menace. Yeah, man. They didn't galvanize the community. And that one guy, he's a lawyer, and he's been doing some footwork down there. And he was showing, man, where you know, when it first happened, you see when it first happened, people they respond a different way than days later when the agenda is to clean shit up. When it first happened, people's is in shock. You know what I'm saying? They first reaction ain't about no clean shit up. They react like in shock and they say shit out of their mouth. Not, they responding to reality. So it's a lot of reality-based comments, to what actually happened when it happened. Nobody's switching nothing up yet. You know what I'm saying? But then when reality come, and they say, oh shit, we got to clean this up. We got to do something about this. Then they start, changing, changing their story and shit. But people had already been leaving this Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, motherfuckers is leaving shit. And so people was already saying that that he used a tool that was already up there, man. It was a tool that they used to tighten up the tent and shit like that. And so I don't even believe he brought shit. The shit might have been right there. I don't know. It might have been right there. You know what I'm saying? It might have been right there. I have to see. But you hearing all kind of stuff that when it first happened, and they bringing that information up to show that they didn't change a lot of shit up. Yeah. Yeah, he's most definitely, all that murder one and shit, and you got 6 people on you, man. That lawyer ain't shit. That lawyer wasn't shit. You see what I'm saying? I mean, good God damn, man. I mean, you can get a motherfucker off the street that can go in there and freestyle better than that. Man, you get a motherfucker off the street and do better than what that white boy did. He ain't did shit. And I want to know what video they showed. I would like to know what video they showed. Did they show this video? People were saying the video they showed in court was all grainy and shit. And you know what I'm saying? Where you really couldn't see, I'm like, damn, why is they showing that grain? What would they do that for? But it is most definitely clear that they mobbed on him. They mobbed on him. They come in there. When they mobbing. You know what I'm saying? Because they at a steady pace. They got something on their mind. They know where they going directly. And when they got in the tent, they mob right up in the tent. They probably listen. When somebody mob like that, they probably already know he under the tent. You know what I'm saying? They probably, the way they mobbing straight to the tent, because when they stepped in, if they was just going to chill, they would have went in and sat down. No, they didn't sit down, man. They went right in there. They went right in there and they went right in there and mobbed straight on and stood up over him. And when you mob like that and you stand, you already know what's like, nigga, get your ass from up under this tent. You see what I'm saying? Nigga, get your ass from up under this tent. So, it is what it is. We didn't mobbed on you. When you know somebody, when you get there, you already know where you going. You see what I'm saying? They out there. Oh, okay. They out there. Oh, he out there. Okay, we on the way. You see what I'm saying? We on the way. Yeah, they moving at a steady pace. They running. You know what I'm saying? They running. Now, as you can see, it's already people out there now. There's already people out there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so that's him sitting up there and towards the back. And they mob right up to him. Yeah, they mob right up to him. So, they are in a very aggressive position because you're not about to stand. Listen to me. I'm just going to be 100 with you. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get back so I can, I'm going to be real disrespectful with you, to you. Up front with you. A motherfucker stood and would stand in front of me. Man, listen to me. That's disrespectful. Man, I'd have pushed this shit out. I'd have pushed his motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? I'd have pushed his ass down them goddamn them bleachers. You ain't gonna motherfucking stand in front of me. That's how you know he didn't want no beef. Cause ain't no real nobody gonna let nobody walk up and stand and you sitting down on some bleachers and a motherfucker all over you like that. And they done mobbed up on you like that. You know what I'm saying? He that just let you know right there he didn't want no smoke. He didn't even come and that means you scared. Now, I'm just gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? You at a disadvantage. Not that he probably wouldn't fight, you at a disadvantage. You got a crowd around you. A lot of niggas try to be too hard about shit. You know what I'm saying? Listen to me. And motherfucker, I didn't have I didn't been in mobs. I didn't Been mobbed. I ain't know. I knew I had to tap out. I ain't gonna be got to tap. Too many. You know what I'm saying? It's too many. You know what I'm saying? It's too fucking many. You know, and it's some menaces. You know, it ain't just it's too many. It's some menaces in this motherfucking crowd. You know what I'm saying? So what you gonna do? You gonna die? You know what I'm saying? Because real talk. When you get mobbed on, man, you can be nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you hit the ground and motherfuckers is stomping you and shit and all of that. You can't go that route. You can't go that route. So most people, when they see them numbers and they see 2-3 menaces, you know what I'm saying? You see 2-3 menaces, you ain't gonna want. And so you can see he's not even in a defensive position. Because a defensive position, you're gonna at least be able to, you know what I'm saying? You in a position where, you as vulnerable as hell. Because the motherfucker and he know jujitsu and shit, and you sitting down, motherfucker throw a knee. You know what I'm saying? Just knee you in your damn shit. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, just a knee alone. You in your head down there, and he's standing up. You know what I'm saying? Or anything. And so, let me put that back up real quick, because it's clear, man. It's clear. Ain't no one motherfucker you gonna make it, and you ain't no. And when a crew come together, they roll together. You know what I'm saying? When a crew come together, they roll together. And you could tell he's bent down talking shit right there. He stepped right in, bent down talking shit. He was in his face soon as he stepped up there. You could tell. Matter of fact, let me bring it back. When he stepped up there, watch him look him in his face. He got right in his face when he came up there. He kind of bent down right there. Wait a minute, right there. He's kind of bent down. He talking shit to him right there. You know what I'm saying? You could tell. He like, probably get your bitch ass from up under it. You know what it is, man. Let's just be real. And it is raining out there. People saying it wasn't raining. You know what I'm saying? But everybody out there walking with fucking umbrellas, and you can see the goddamn rain coming down on the damn camera. I mean, goddamn, man, shit, that don't make no difference. Whose side or ain't no motherfucking side. You can see motherfuckers sitting on all sides and be from a home team, a different team. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you sit wherever the fuck you want to sit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no when you go to a basketball game or whatever, there ain't no. You know what I'm saying? I know some people. You sit where you can. You know, you sit where you can. That's what's up. I mean, you just got to have some respect. Yeah, people gonna be competing and shit, but you can't be, telling nobody you don't own that damn stadium, man. So again, you can see that they done mobbed up there only, and he ain't got up yet. They all standing up over him, man. He ain't got up yet. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. They could have just set their punk ass down somewhere and left that boy alone. But that's some bully shit. Anytime 4-5 motherfuckers want to stand up over somebody and it's raining, all they had to do was sit their punk ass down and mind their business. They acting like they was mine. No, they over there fucking with that boy. Look how deep it done got. Ain't none of them his people. Look how deep they didn't all stood up. Look how it's going down. When you see motherfuckers stand up, now you can tell everybody under the tent is standing up. Yeah, everybody under that tent is standing up at this point because it's going down. It's going down. And if Carmelo Anthony stood up, it's because he know at this point he gonna either have to get the fuck from up under there, because they about to fuck him up. That's what it is. So everybody under the tent, and you could tell people's is stopping because it's going down. You could tell people's is, watching and shit because you know when it's going down. You can see the person right there with the umbrella watching the shit. They done moved on, you know. Yeah, the scuffling shit probably is some scuffling going on now. Yeah, that's some real look. And somebody else coming up. They coming up. People know shit going down. It's some shit going down. Yeah. Yeah, it's real thick up under there. And you the only one. You ain't got none of your homies. Who would them fucking clean? Who the fuck up under that damn tent like that? You feel what I'm saying? Ain't none of them his homies. All of them, technically, they all with the other team. Yeah, they all with the other damn. They with them. So he must have had that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, shit. If he was just gonna stab some motherfucking body, if his intent was just to stab somebody, they would have been stabbed by now. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that boy trying to, get out of this shit peacefully. It's taking too long. You know what I'm saying? They still, and so if he had it in his intent, he'd have been stabbed some fucking body. You know what I'm saying? So he's still up under there, and they trying to punk him, and you can see it's some shit going on. I mean, he by himself, so it's only gonna be one way. You see, it's only gonna be one way. Not on the other one, like I said, when they get to scrapping, you can see when they pull this damn hoodie. Man, they got to free this boy, man. They railroaded him, man. Ain't no way. Man, listen to me when I tell you this. Let me come in there. You know what? If that many niggas had surrounded a white boy, I guarantee you, if he would have shot all their ass, they wouldn't have said shit. Believe you me. Oh shit, you can see the shit going down. Right there, it's going, yep, right there. It's going down. And you could tell the fact that they was chasing him afterward. It wasn't Austin Metcalf. So them was some of the same guys that was with him. The same guys that mobbed up. I'm gonna pull it back. The same guys, they the ones that's chasing him out of there. That just show you how many was up under there. Man, listen here, man. That's about six. Man, listen. There about 6, 7 people up under that damn tent, and they all stood up. And ain't nobody trying to help that boy. That boy up under that tent by himself. He ain't got no help up under that tent. Yeah. They was with Austin Metcalf. His brother was up there. All of them was up there, man. And so the same ones that's chasing him is the same ones that came with him. That was a bum rush, man. They bum rushed Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, they bum rushed Carmelo Anthony, man. That most definitely was self defense. No, sir. That was most definitely self defense. I guess he with the I don't know if he with the coach at this point in time, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who he with. Yeah, they you know what I'm saying? So I mean, and it looked like he went straight to authority, man. You know what I'm saying? That's when I don't know who he with. I can't. I thought he was with the coach. I can't tell. It's still like, who is the fuck is that? They still looking like they. Who is that? What the fuck is going on here? Is that the coach? Cause it's looking like motherfuckers mobbing right here. Yeah, yeah. He looked like he upset. Yeah, he ran. Yeah, he went to his shit. Hey, man, it is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is. You can't be mobbing on nobody out here like that, man. You don't even know who got a pistol on. I know this is a damn we know this is a just a high school track meet. But in real life, man, you don't know who got no pistol on, you know? when you mob on somebody, and especially if the odds is, and you didn't outnumber them. You know what I'm saying? You didn't outnumber this boy. And so somebody you got to bring an equalizer. You got to equalize. I'm sick of y'all out here, man, with that bullshit. You not gonna goddamn fight that many people. You just not gonna do that. So you can give up on that shit. And I think that's when they was taking him to the, over there, I don't know, to the police. I don't know. Or is that the police? Yeah. It's hard to tell, you know what I'm saying? But there's other angles. There's other angles to this. There's other angles. It's about the end, y'all. It's about the other, and there's other angles. And one video show you how big them guys is, man. Them motherfuckers was big. You know what I'm saying? They big. You know, but that's what happened, man. When you mob on a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? That's violence. When the thing is, and that's probably about, the thing is, man, you got to know, and I tell motherfuckers this. Anytime you get ready to mob, you get ready to get into it with niggas, this is 2026. The possibility of somebody having something on them is highly likely. This is 2026. You cannot mob, or even, one on one. Motherfucker might not want to, they might not know how to fight. Even if they do, they might not want to fight. You don't know the personality of people when you get into it with them. You don't know how they're gonna respond. So it's always on when in the crazy shit. I'm talking real shit to y'all. Anytime, we all did shit, fought and shit. When you go to a motherfucker, you know the possibility when you getting ready to do anything, mob, fight, you don't know. There's always a possibility that shit can go wrong. So you have to let me know when niggas get ready to mob, you know what about to happen, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You have to let everybody, you know what's about to happen. So when we get out here, nigga, it's on. You know what I'm saying? Because you know the possibilities of what might happen. So when you mob, but see, they thinking Carmelo Anthony a little chicken shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They big and shit and all, they bullies and they got numbers. So not only is they bigger, they got numbers. There's no way, man. That's self-defense. It's self-defense. All that talking about hands and shit, nigga. I dare you, nigga, to try 6. Man, get the fuck out of here. You ain't gonna make it. You gonna be in, you know what I'm saying? Cause I know how these niggas get down when they mob and they get to stomping. Man, niggas get to getting sticks and bats and shit. Man, man, you know what I'm saying? You better hope they ain't got no bats and shit or nothing like that, nigga. Man, it's a wrap. You gonna be broke up, nigga. You gonna be broke up. So I mean, most people when they in that predicament, but see, they say, when you mob on motherfucker, you supposed to leave a motherfucker some way to get out. You don't mob and then you surround them and shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't surround nobody like that. And that's exactly what they did, man. They surrounded that boy on all sides. They didn't give him no way out. You see, they didn't give him no way out. And so, family, I ain't. I'm gonna try to get some other video, but I want y'all to get over to. Let me get this one out. I want y'all to. Let me get it up here. Get over there to Patreon and get this. And I broke this down. This is a lecture I did on how they operate down there in Texas, with the Klan and all, how the Klan has taken over the political system, the court system, how they ran Texas. Dallas was the capital of the Ku Klux Klan. Yes, indeed. Y'all got to know that's what's going on down there. And you listening to his father, and I'm going to show you the structure of the Klan and Freemasonry down. This is a powerful presentation. All you had to do is click that link in the top of the chat and get over there. They've been on me about the information I've been dropping. And you can see I got a playlist on Karmelo Anthony. I've been dropping videos on Karmelo Anthony since it happened. So I got a nice playlist from the very beginning up until this point. I've been riding for the young brother for a while now. And everything is happening like we said it happened. We not dumb, and they done locked him up. And whole ass Charleston White and all of these motherfuckers trying to capitalize off of this boy's demise. You see what I'm saying? And man, it's a whole lot of people should be counseled behind this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of businesses, we talking about boycotting and blackout. It should be a blackout in Texas strong for what they did to Karmelo Anthony. It should be some businesses, and I don't know what's going on down there because a lot of people, you chicken hearted. A lot of y'all people started to believe what them peoples was out there trying to say, that Karmelo was guilty and shit like that. And that this boy was sitting down in a very vulnerable position. If that was my son, I would have told him, like, nigga, man, don't ever listen to me. Don't ever let no motherfucker stand up over you like that. You are in a vulnerable position. You stand up at least to be able to strike out. You know what I'm saying? You got to at least be able to strike out, but sitting down like that with that many people over you, man, you in a very vulnerable position. And the fact that he stayed in that position for so long, nobody in their right mind would do that unless they were scared. Period. Nobody would sit like that unless they were scared. You know what I'm saying? The only other excuse that I would say is he goddamn Bruce Lee, and that he's gonna sit there into a motherfucker and come up out, and just start chopping every motherfucking body. And you know what I'm saying? You got to be Bruce Lee or goddamn Ip Man. That's the only reason. But to sit there like that, you know what I'm saying, in a vulnerable position like that, that boy was scared. You know what I'm saying? And when they went to, and if you scared, you know what I'm saying, you going like a fucking cat in a corner, nigga. You going, your adrenaline is pumping, and when they cascaded down on him, you know what I'm saying, he responded like anybody else would respond to get these motherfuckers off of him, man. You know what I'm saying? You pulling on his hoodie and shit and all of that, man. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. They done railroaded, and he's going to get an appeal, and he's going to get off. And you know what? I am so glad. Please hurry up. Get the appeal going. Get that. Support Karmelo Anthony. Support Karmelo Anthony. Period. Support Karmelo Anthony. Fuck the bullshit. Fuck all that bullshit y'all listening to out there. Fuck that bullshit. They trying to railroad that whole family. Don't listen to none of that shit. Support Karmelo Anthony. Support his appeal. and so that he can get the type of representation that he need, man, and he need good representation. But the facts is there, and a good lawyer will most definitely, that's defense. At the minimum, he can bring them charges down, but that's self defense. I don't see why it's just not self defense. You know what I'm saying? Fuck manslaughter or none of that shit. Ain't no way you gonna let no 6 people stand over you like or more like that and stay in a vulnerable position like that unless you scared. The boy acted out of fear. He probably was terrified. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all, family. Make sure y'all get on over there to Patreon. Make sure you check this out because they mad at me about exposing a lot of this shit or what's going on down there. Them damn Freemasons, the Fraternal Order of Police. This is Klan. You see, and on top of it, before I get out of here, you see they let the motherfucker go that threatened to kill Karmelo. This motherfucker, what they call him, Lion. What was this motherfucker name? Yeah, they just let the guy free. He had been locked up on a terrorist threat for saying that Carmelo Anthony should be hanging from a tree. And they said, and he said he should be dead. And they asked him, they say, and the police was out there. They said you would kill him? He said, I kill him. He said, I would kill him. That's what he said. And they locked his ass up. Terroristic threat. And do you know this raggedy ass judge that just let him out? The motherfucker that convicted Carmelo Anthony just let this motherfucker out of jail and then retired. Now this motherfucker they let out. I know y'all put his name. What's that motherfucker name? He was also a part of that damn insurrection shit. Yeah, the motherfucker that was threatening Carmelo Anthony was also a part of that insurrection shit, January 6th. And so he was locked up for that. And then when he got out, Trump pardoned his ass. And so now man, listen here. They got to watch out for him. They got to watch out. Man, this shit go all the way to the White House. I would not be surprised that this shit go all the way to the White House, man. And I'm just going to be 100 because they affiliated. The motherfuckers affiliated. This is MAGA. This is Klan. When you say MAGA, you saying Klan. I'm tired of all of these play words. Ain't no mother alt-right, alt-left, this, that, the third. Klan. They can't say Klan like they used to. You see what I'm saying? So they meld off into these other organizations, say MAGA, say this, Klan. That's all you saying. And so, and let this motherfucker. And so they got pictures with the judge and Jeff Metcalf. That's how deep this shit is. That good old boy syndicate down there, they have, they running railroads on all motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They running the railroad game on everybody down that come through there. You black motherfucker, you getting railroaded. That's just all it is to it. You know what I'm saying? These is historically sundown towns. They have not changed. They still operate in the same fucking manner. You feel what I'm saying? Just know that. They operate in the same fucking manner. And so y'all better wake up, check out that damn link and get over there and get that information. And I'm going to keep dropping it. Even though they mad, they can stay motherfucking mad. They better get glad because we ain't stopping. We gonna keep pushing forward. But support it any which way that you can support Carmelo when that time come out and the family, man, fuck what they talking about. I don't believe none of that shit. That fucking defense attorney was a piece of shit. All of them was a piece of shit. It's just like, man, if you ain't, and if you ain't got, you could be smart in a whole lot of ways. In a whole lot of other ways, you could be naive. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't know nothing about lawyers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You thinking you getting a good lawyer and motherfucker tell you that, oh, he's a good lawyer. He ain't nothing but a piece of shit. Ain't nothing but a piece of shit. And so he didn't do nothing to save Carmelo, and shouldn't have gotten his ass. But I understand, and they trying to make the family look bad. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna get up off of here. At the end of the day, what we must understand that family was doing beautiful until that incident. The young man had a 3.7. He was, all type of honors, captain of the football team. They was living in a nice house, daddy working, family together, mom in the house, little sister. I mean, come on, family. That's success. That's some success going on there. You feel me? No, young Carmelo had no record. The daddy good. He ain't got no record. Man, they trying to railroad the whole family now. They need to get the fuck from down there. I think they is, but they need to get the fuck from down there. For real. Don't Texas is out of the picture from now on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, family, I appreciate y'all. Again, click that link at the top of the chat, Patreon, and get over there and get that valuable work that is too raw for YouTube. That's all I could tell you. Too raw for YouTube. Every damn video that I put on, goddamn it, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Every fucking thing, every video is like a problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this, I'm saying that. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep saying some shit, because we got to wake our people up. I'll see y'all in a minute, family. Black Power.